Hey, how's it going out there, everybody? Hope everybody's having a great day. It's weekly recap time. Come on, join me for this 1 a.m. delivery. Oh, what a joy it is to get up and do a delivery at 1 a.m. I love this stuff. So this is weekly recap for you new guys that don't know. I do one of these for every week that I truck. We don't hide nothing. We put it all out there. Heard a guy the other day on YouTube saying, nobody's showing numbers now that it's not good. I'm like, I've been showing numbers before they were good and after they're good. I don't care. I show it what it is. I got nothing to hide. I got nothing to prove. I don't put these numbers out to brag, because obviously there's nothing to brag about these days. So that's what it is. I'm leased to an 80-20 split refrigerated carrier, and I run a pretty fuel efficient operation. I got myself a Cascadia 2016 Evolution. I know I said all that backwards, but that's what I got. And that's what we do. I talk about my numbers. I break down the loads I did and kind of the areas I ran that week. And I'm usually a week or two behind. This is from about 2 weeks ago. I'm behind right now. So, I break it down. And at the end, you'll hear me say, this is the money left to do what I have to do with. And that's where you plug in your fixed cost. Your truck payment, your insurance, if you got any truck payment. Everybody's got insurance. Hell, you ain't getting away from flow, that's for sure. But that's where we're at. So that's weekly recap. Let's get to the numbers. So my first load of the week was Minnesota, as I normally do. Start my week in Minnesota. Minnesota out to Massachusetts. Come on, Massachusetts. And then Massachusetts back to Minnesota. That's what we like to do. That's what we like to do. I like to go out and back 1,500 miles. This is actually a little more than 1,500 miles to go out to Boston. But, got to do what you got to do. I've been trying to stay out of the Northeast, honestly, because I feel like they want me to pay for the tolls but not reimburse it in the rate. You know what I mean? I feel like that rate's not justifying the $300 in tolls to go out there. If you got to go to a certain spot, you're going to have to eat some tolls. So there was quite a bit of tolls on this one. I did dodge the Indiana toll road on the way out. I had to eat it on the way back because I was in a hurry. So if I've got an extra 20-30 minutes, I will definitely go around that, save myself that $58. We got to save money everywhere we can. You can go back in my playlist and look. I've got videos about how, to avoid tolls, certain little tips and tricks in there. Go back through. I don't know. It's I got almost 900 videos at this point, so you're going to have to do a little digging to find it. But just search Cassius King Toll Road, something like that. Probably bring it up. But let's get to these loads. All right, we went out to Massachusetts. That was a 33-degree, 20,000-pound load. Pretty simple. One pick, one drop. About as easy as they come. 49 empty miles, 1462 on a loaded. That paid $4,500. Just not getting it out of Minnesota. I know Minnesota usually goes down in rates, around like the end of April into May, because, produce season pulls people south. And so, you're getting good money to come back to Minnesota with produce. So it kind of hurts the rate going out of Minnesota. And the winter's over. You get a premium for running up there in the winter, because typically you get a premium. It's over now, so the people that, all the truckers that say, I don't run north of I-40, now they're like, let me go to Minnesota and get a decent rate, after being in the southeast all winter. So, we're dealing with that a little bit right now. So load coming back out of Massachusetts. I had one pick in Massachusetts. I had 2 drops in Illinois, 1 drop in Wisconsin, and it finaled out in Minnesota. And that's negative 10 degrees, 40,000 pounds on the weight on that. That was 74 empty miles, 1611 on the loaded miles, $3,700 on that one. And boy, they got me on that one. They put that last load in Minnesota on me at the last minute. It was like 2 pallets. And they're like, hey, we're going to load 2 more pallets on this. And I was like, okay, like, I mean, I probably wasn't going to get a load from where I was at in Wisconsin back to Minnesota. I was going to deadhead it, so I wasn't terribly upset. They put a couple $100 on there for the stop, and I was like, that's fine, because it's going back toward the yard. No worries. The only thing they didn't tell me is they didn't have that product made yet. So they had to make the product, and then of course it was the last stop, so they had to load it on the trailer first. So we had to wait for them to make the product, not quite cool it enough to put it on the truck, and then I had to wait for them to load the rest of the freight on after it. So it's kind of a pain in the ass load, but you know, to get 3,700 off the East Coast, I thought was pretty damn good. So I didn't complain too much about it. You know, this is where we're at right now. You know, it's just a saturated market. It is hard to find good paying freight out here right now. It's just the way it is. So there's the week. Those two runs, big miles on the week. It's rare that I go out to Boston just because of that, because of the tolls, and it's a little more than I want to do in a week, honestly, especially because I do a lot of multi-stop. And you know, it ties up a lot of time. This was a full 7-day week. I left out on a Monday. I got back on a Monday empty. And I made $8,200 for the week. My 80% of the $8,200 is $6,560. Come on, total miles, 3,196. Like I say, that's a little bit more than I really want to do in a week, 3,200 miles. But you got to do what you got to do in this day and age to, you know, get the loads that you need to get. So 123 empty on that. That is about a 4% deadhead. Not bad. 3,073 loaded miles. The per rate on this, not stellar. Not stellar at all. But we do what we got to do. I'll be honest with you. The fuel efficiency is the only thing, the saving grace for me right now is you know, being able to get, you know, 8+ miles per gallon is about the only thing I can really hang on to right now, because other than that, I'd probably be making more to go be a company driver with, you know, rates and the cost of equipment and the cost of everything else going through the roof like it is. You know, it's just the way it is. So, that's 256 all miles, 256 all miles. My 80% of that is $2.05. My loaded miles is $2.67 a loaded mile on that. So, to come out of Minnesota, from Minnesota to Massachusetts and back for $2.67 on the loaded miles it's not the worst. I mean, I can still be profitable at that rate, but it hurts. It hurts considering, you know, like, it's one thing to go from where we were just at with all the money, you know, we were making, but it's the double squeeze, the triple squeeze. It's the maintenance costs are going up. It's the fuel costs are through the roof. You know what I mean? Like, it's funny because it's like if we stayed at the rates we were at and the fuel cost had went to where they are now, I don't think people would be as upset or being, you know, squeezed, honestly. But it's the fact that rates went down as fuel was going up that gets us in the squeeze. But if you've been in it long enough, you've been through this, you know, like, I was, you know, I don't know. I've tried to say it to everybody a million times. Like, we were in a crazy, crazy time at the end of 2020, and 2021 was just, it was like the Goldilocks time of trucking. You know, I don't think trucking had ever been better than that as far as, like, you know, where we were at with fuel cost and rates and volume was just through the roof. But then we all know, like, when it gets good like that, that brings on everybody. You know, everybody, when the local news is running stories about getting your CDL, you know, we're heading for the pinch, you know. And for you guys, this is your first roller coaster ride of trucking. And let me tell you, I've been at this for 16 years now, almost 16 and a half. Let me tell you a little story that it's going to feel like a roller coaster your whole career if it's anything like my 16 years have been so far. There's going to be some major ups and some major downs, and you'll start to learn the signs after a few cycles, but I can help you out so you don't have to learn them the hard way like I did. And one of them is that local news story. If things are going good and the local news is talking about, oh, become a truck driver, make $190 million a year as a truck driver. You know, ever Joe Blow sitting on his mama's couch, smoking weed, playing video games is going to put the blunt out and go, maybe I should go be a truck driver. And then here we go. Here's the process. You know what I mean? Like, and then, you know, every guy's gonna call his cousin, you know, over in whatever, you know, country. He's gonna say, you got to get over here and get a CDL. You know, call Werner. They'll put you on. You know, and then it starts the process of here comes the down cycle, and then, you know, we get in it like we are now. Things get tough, and you know, it depends on how you built your business. That will determine whether you will survive or not, or whether you want to stay in it or not as a business owner. You know, it's you're going to feel the pinch. So that's a little bit of where we're at right now. Now let's get to my variable cost. People love it when I call them veritable cost. I got veritable cost. People love that. Also, people love when I repeat things, so I got to repeat everything too. I mean, if you don't like something, just, you know, I say it, but just click on to another video. There's no reason to, you know, leave a negative comment in there. Is a, you know, a keyboard Karen, as I like to call them, you know, a keyboard catty cat Karen on there. I mean, I don't care. Diesel fuel. Woo wee! You bought any diesel lately? Come on with it. Run that on the local news story. I'm paying $18.62 a week in diesel, and I'm talking, I'm the discount card master over here. Check out the description down below. TVC Pro Driver, Mudflap, both down there. I recommend you put both of those arrows in your quiver, because you know, the more tools you got, the better off you're gonna be right now. Promise you that. TVC's got them great discounts over at the Loves and the TA if you like to shop at those locations. And if you like to stay out of the big truck stops and you don't like fees, Mudflap would be the one for you. Just saying. Check out that description down below. Buy yourself some merch. I don't have safety vest in there like this fancy thing, but you know, they don't sell them yet. So if they did, I'm gonna make some Cash is King safety vests. That's what everybody needs. So $18.62 on the diesel fuel. Ouch. $187 on reefer. $38 on the DEF fluid. $13 on the scale. Only scaled the load coming back. I didn't scale the load out at 20,000 pounds. It's pretty standard load. I felt pretty good about not scaling that. And here's the big one. Here's the one that hurts. $390 on toll roads. Holy moly, them toll roads. You know, you get out there in the Northeast and you about got to do it. I mean, what's the option of going around the Mass Turnpike? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the options? Now, going out, I could have cut across 80. I went up across New York. I just felt like it was a better route. That load was kind of tight to be, you know, $14.62 on the loaded miles. They really didn't give me but like 2.5 days on that one. So I wanted to keep it rolling, and 80 has been a beast the last couple times I went across 80 because of construction and just, you know, it seems like a lot of traffic on there for the summer. So I took 90. I don't know if that was much better, but paid probably another $40, $50 in tolls to go that way across New York. But then felt like they're not reimbursing for tolls, so I try to dodge as many of them as I can right now. That puts the veritable cost at $2,490, $2,490. We bring over my $65, my $65.60, $6,560. We bring that over, and we subtract the $2,490 in variable cost, and that leaves me $4,070 to do what I have to do with. I've been throwing the maintenance in there, kind of give you guys an idea of what I do on maintenance right now. Basically what I do on maintenance, and I don't know if I'll keep doing maintenance in there or not, but I'll tell you how I do it here lately. How many all miles times 20 cents, and then round it up to the nearest $50. So I'm doing $650 in maintenance on this week, and it was like $639 if you do the math, I think's what it come out to, and then we round up to the nearest 50. So that leaves me $650 in maintenance, and as rough as these damn roads are, I need every bit of that. I just replaced the steer tire because of broken cords in it. The wires in it had broke and created a weird spot in it, and it was wearing funny, and it was vibrating a lot. And I'm just like, I didn't have half the life out of that steer tire. $500 steer tire basically went to the scrap heap because it was all busted up. I have no doubt that happened because of, a pothole on the Indiana toll road. Because that's about when I started feeling the vibration. I hit a pothole that, was about as big around as a wash tub, and, hard concrete corner. And when I hit it, it literally jarred everything in this truck. And I was like, well, that ain't good. That ain't good. I had to replace the shock on that side and the tire. And I'm like, where's the money go when they fix the roads, I feel like too many people are padding their pockets and not padding the road when we fix roads these days. But that maintenance is there. So anyway, after maintenance, that leaves me $3,420 left to do what I have to do with. Ouch! It's tight margin, because we still got a lot of things that's got to come out of that. Insurance, truck replacement, we got costs that need to come out of that. So it's not like, you can just say, I got $3,420, let's go down to the Jiggle Hut and put that in Charity's underwear. You can't do it. You just can't do it. And I don't know, maybe things will get better. Maybe some people will realize this ain't the job for them, and they don't want to do this for minimum wage. And they'll bounce out. Hopefully that's what we get, a little bit of that, and we can recover for the people that have been in it for a long time and the people that want to be in it for a long time, because I feel like we're dealing with a lot of Johnny-come-latelys in the trucking industry right now. It's everybody jumped in for the money, but they don't like it, they don't want to do it, they were just here for the money. Those guys ain't gonna stick around for the hard end of it. You know what I mean? When they got the good end of the stick, they're all about it, and then when they get the poop end of the stick, they ain't so much about it. So we'll see how things go, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, guys, that's the weekly recap. If you like this kind of stuff, be sure to smash that like button for me. Subscribe, ring the bell, do the whole thing. If you want to watch more videos, click up here. Maybe now or in a couple seconds, there'll be some videos pop up here. And until next time, take care of each other. Come join me for a live show. Set your notifications so you know when I go live. And remember, people are more important than trucking. Later.